Good evening and welcome to Main Street Sports. Ray Halbrook here, owner of Livestream STL. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful evening. We've got a great show tonight. It's our part 3 of Seniors 2020, and we just wanted to say hello to everybody out there in senior land, all of our seniors. Just wanted to say thanks for tuning in again, and I've got my group here again with us. We're going to pop them in here right now, and going to open up the line here. Jeff Whitener, I see you. You are sporting the St. Louis Cardinal shirt. I love that. What's going on?
Got to represent. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day to send outside around in the yard and get everything done before it gets cold and rainy tonight.
I like it. Tell us what we got going on today.
Well, I'm very pleased. You know, we've been talking to the coaches, and the coaches have been able to come on and spend a great deal of time and talking about their senior athletes and what they've meant to the program. But now we get to hear from the players themselves, and these guys have had their spring season taken away from them. Some of them, their summer seasons taken away from them, and it just that bothers us as media, people. It's got to be killing these guys too, but these are some quality young people that we've got on the show tonight. We're joined by Mark Moore, the multi-sport athlete from Hillsborough High School. Also, Levi Eversole, the multi-sport athlete from Jefferson R7. We have Jordan Duncan from Herculaneum, the multi-sport athlete there as well. And Blake Eisenbeis of Crystal City, the multi-sport athlete for the Hornets. But before we get to those guys, we are joined, and we're very happily joined by Coach Alex Rugley, who is the head football coach and strength and conditioning coach at Jefferson R7. How are you tonight, Alex?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing really well.
Beautiful.
I wanted to have you on real quick before we talk to these gentlemen here, because we've got something going on social media that has kind of grown legs on its own here, and it's gotten going and blowing up really big. And that is the Mo Helmet Challenge. Can you tell us a little bit, all the folks, while they're watching, a little bit about what the Mo Helmet Challenge really is, and how did you find out about it?
Yeah, it basically is just a compilation of a whole bunch of Missouri State high school football helmets that got kind of put to a pool and bracketed out. The way that we found out about it at Jefferson was just scrolling through Twitter. We saw Coach Zach Mitchell from Parkway South put out some feelers to see if anybody was interested in entering their helmets into the pool and seeing if it could catch fire. Because other states it was catching fire in some other states, and people were having a lot of fun with it. We sent some pictures in of our helmet, and the rest is history, I guess, so to say. It's been a lot of fun.
So you've gone nationwide in your campaign, kind of pulled out all the stocks and gone through the Rolodex and found all the contacts that you have to get the votes for the Blue Jays. And now the Blue Jays find themselves in the final entire state of Missouri. I mean, that's quite a feat there. Who did the Blue Jays have to get to this point?
Yes, so whenever they broke up the brackets, we were it was a random selection of seeds and all that stuff. So it says 2 next to our Jefferson R7 name. We're not. I mean, technically go St. Vincent Wonder. It was random, so we got a first round bye. So they battled out the first round, and we faced Roosevelt in the second round, and we're able to defeat them. I think it was 55% to 45%, and then up against Fox in the third round, which literally you're talking about a school that's 20 miles away from Jefferson R7, and a school that is we're around 300. I think they're around 1,500 in their high school, so around 5 times the size of our school. And it was a lot of fun. Myself and Coach Tinker are pretty close, and we were kind of talking back and forth while it was going on. He was getting hold of all his contacts, and I knew that we would have to kind of reach deep in the bag of our contacts. And we reached out to our Arkansas family down there with Shane Clinton and Richard Davenport, who is a big Arkansas recruit down there, and he has helped us out. He's planning on helping us out. He helped us out big against Rockwood Summit as well. But and then we were able to pull that one off. I think almost 1,000 people voted for that. I think it was 54% us and 46% Fox. And then we were able to go against another big school in Marquette, out of the Rockwood School District. And not as many votes cast in that one, around 700, I think, 680, 700. But we were able to win 53-47. And then round 5 was where it was just kind of no holds barred, so to say, man. We, me and you talked quite a bit during that round, and we were reaching and for everything in the bag of tricks that we had. Myself and Coach Stewart, the head football coach over at Rockwood Summit, we're talking during that as well. And we were just talking about how much fun it was to get those competitive juices flowing a little bit again. And, he had a young man by the name of Brandon Williams, who's playing for the Baltimore Ravens, who kind of gave him love. And Mr. Haug has a really good connection. Our principal, David Haug, has a really good connection with Will Compton, who played for the Oakland Raiders last year and is a free agent in the NFL. He gave us some love. And it was just, we had our Arkansas connection going strong for us. I know you were reaching for votes from your followers and your crew, and I was too. And all my coaches were doing the same. And it literally came down to about the last, I'm not lying, like last 10 minutes where it was flipping and flopping. We're dead tied with about 6 minutes to go. And that was with 2,200 votes casted. We were both at 1,100. And we were able to come over the top. I think it was literally like 50.8% to 49.2%. So it was that close. A lot of fun. And we're going up against the Smet now. Last I looked, we were up 59-41. But, again, I know Coach Steeples played in the NFL, their head football coach. I know he's got those connections there. So we're probably going to have to reach into our bag of tricks again this round to get by another big school.
Going to be another David versus Goliath matchup, that's for sure, Coach.
Yes, it is.
How can the folks watching at home find the Helmet Challenge, and how can they vote?
Yeah, so it's through Twitter. So you need to have a Twitter account. I'm not technologically savvy on all the Instagram and Facebook and Twitter stuff, so I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, if you can see from somewhere else. But I go on my Twitter page, and you can just search Zach Mitchell's Twitter page. I don't have his Twitter feed on hand right now. Or you can go on my Twitter page at R7_football, and I pinned the poll on my home Twitter page there. And you can go, Zach's poll is right there. You can click on it, click on Zach Mitchell's name, and you can scroll through and see all the different battles and everything that's going on. He did a Final Four preview that I thought was pretty darn neat for each school that's in it. And, you can see the other battle going on the other side of the state right now. Park Hill out of, I believe, the Kansas City area and Grain Valley, two, again, big schools. I think they have over, I want to say 1,200 votes casted already. And we still have about roughly around 18 hours to go in this thing. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. I know our coaches and our coaches.
I know even the mayor of Kansas City got involved in that voting over on the west side of the state. I saw they put something out on that. We did post a link on our live stream Facebook page for the current poll versus CBC. People can, if you have a Twitter account, you can go to our Facebook feed and scroll down and find that. And that will take you to Zach Mitchell's account, and you can vote in the poll that way too. You touched on this a little bit, Coach. You've been sitting around with literally no one to coach, and I can't really come to terms with what that's like in your family with your wife as a former coach too, and everybody sitting around, nobody to coach, nobody to teach except for the little ones of your own. What has this done for you and your competitive juices here in those last couple of weeks?
This has been great for myself, and I think our coaching staff, our community. I've gotten texts like crazy from our parents as well as our kids. We've been Zoom meeting with all of our football kids during this time off. we kind of have our senior class, which we think we're going to have around 13 or 14 seniors for next year football-wise, and then our juniors, sophomores, and even our incoming freshmen. So they're all into it. They're loving it. It's just been fun. It's really neat to see our community come together the way that they have, and then also like Festus. I'm real close with Coach Johnson over at Hillsboro. He's helped us out a lot, and other coaches, Coach Boss down at Perryville, Coach DeMatteis at Windsor, Coach Freeman, Coach at Hillsboro, Coach Tinker at Fox, Coach Fox at Crystal City. It's just Coach Hunter Herkey's helped us out. It's just been a lot of fun. It's brought a lot of us together, able to compete a little bit. It's one of those things we were talking as a coaching staff. We haven't had those competitive juices going in our bodies, and really since basketball season was going on for us at Jefferson. I mean, so it's nice to be able to compete a little bit, even though it's online. But it's been a lot of fun, that's for sure.
Well, I have to switch gears a little bit, and I agree. It's been just as fun for me as well. I have switched gears a little bit. A letter came out today, not only from our district and our superintendent in R7, but pretty much county-wide, the school districts that the facilities, high school facilities, will remain closed until at least July 1st. Just saw that today. I know that you guys probably had a heads up before then, but how do you foresee this affecting your responsibilities, not only as the head of the strength and conditioning program, but also as the head football coach looking towards this fall?
Yeah, we've thought a lot about it. There's so many unknowns about everything that it makes you think a lot. And we've kind of looked back and forth about things and things like that. Like I said, we've talked to all of our kids. We're giving out workouts to our kids, hoping that they're getting those done. But when we come back from this, whatever that might be, which we're really hoping in some capacity that is in the month of July, we're at square one. Because unfortunately, there are going to be kids that have not done anything during this time from a strength conditioning standpoint. And we've got to make sure that we're building their base, their foundation, so to say, week in, week out as we progressively get towards football season. I really, really am optimistic and believe that we will have a fall sports season. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I really believe that we are going to have one. But again, and that's praying that we're going to have one as well, because I think that our kids, as much as they may at times when they're at school say, we don't want to be here or we want to be here, I think they miss school, they miss their friends, they miss the social aspect, they miss their teachers. I know that we miss our kids tremendously. It's tough being able to have to see them through a screen via Zoom, and it's nice, but again, it's tough. Because
not the same. Yeah.
It's not the same, and you love to have those social interactions with those kids and with all those kids. And I know that can be said for any teacher in the state of Missouri. I firmly believe that.
Sure.
You have a passion for the kids, and you want to help them succeed in anything that they do. And not being able to be there for them is extremely tough.
I agree. It's we'll keep our fingers crossed for the fall, Coach. We really appreciate you coming on today and talking about the helmet challenge. It's been fun for all of us involved in media as well. I have one last question for you, kind of a lightning round question. Okay. I'm going to give you a name, and it's going to be a name of an athlete on our panel here today. And you tell me that if he played football for you, where would you project him at, and what position, and how do you think he would do? Okay. So we're going to start. We're going to start close to home. Let's start with the big boy, Levi Eversole. Where would he play?
Well, it's funny you say that, because myself and Levi have had that discussion quite a bit during our time at Jefferson. He would be a fullback / tight end for me in our offense, and I would make sure that he would get the ball quite a bit out of our option game, because I know for a fact he's a strong young man. And then defensively, he'd probably be a DN / linebacker for us, and get some things done back there. There's no doubt about it. He can play the game of football. I watched him play it in junior high. He's just a good all-around athlete, and we definitely understand why he decided not to, but love him to death. All right.
How about Mr. Chill, our Crystal City Hornet over here, Blake Eisenbeis? You've probably seen him on the gridiron.
Yeah, we have. I tell you what, I know defensively in our 3-4 scheme, having him back there with Colby Yada at safety. I watched him play safety this past year. Would have loved that tandem together back there. And then offensively, he's probably going to be an A or Z for us, which is one of our wing backs. I think he's a big, strong kid who likes to hit people and is aggressive, and I think would like to carry the ball a little bit. And I know he's got a huge heart. He plays with a lot of heart on the football field.
Our next guy, I'm sure you're very glad decided to not play football anymore. That's Jordan Duncan. Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Jordan would be a quarterback for us, like he was for Herky his junior year. He played quarterback, and I'd probably have him play some corner back on defense. Anytime you can get Jordan, how tall are you? Were you 6'4" or so? 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", roughly?
Yeah, about 6'3".
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah, anytime you can have a gunslinger back there at 6'3", and who's a good athlete, get the ball in that athlete's hands, no doubt about it.
Well, what do you think, Coach? Do you think he could, if you had Duncan behind center, that he might be throwing that ball to a speedy Mark Moore?
No doubt about it. Mark. Hey, I know he's got a soccer leg in him, so he definitely kicked for us and punt probably as well, like I know he did for the Hillsborough football team. But we throw in the ball, but Mark would be an A and a Z for us as well. He'd be a wing back for us because we want to get him the football quite a bit. I know he's a strong young man. Then defensively, he played corner for us as well, corner or what we call rover outside linebacker.
I was going to say he'd be good out on the edge or in the flat, offense or defense. I think for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt about it.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate you taking the time with us today, and good luck. The voting is open now, and will be open until 3 tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Is that correct?
Yep, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. So be sure to get those votes in, folks. Vote for your county school representing here, and vote for the little guy versus the big guy. And Coach, we thank you very much. Have a great day.
Hey, thank you guys very much, and thank you to all of Jefferson County for showing your support for the Jefferson Blue Jays during this Mo Helmet Challenge. We greatly appreciate it.
You bet. All right, guys, I think we're going to take our first break of the evening here, so we'll be right back, and we're going to dive right in with our senior athletes.
What you guys do for Jefferson County sports, it doesn't go unnoticed by the coaches in all sports.
Yeah,
all sports.
That.
I have a lot of friends that are head basketball coaches, and I've been of course around Jefferson County all my life and followed all kinds of sports even before I got into the coaching. So what you guys do to help promote it with the kids is unbelievable, and we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
For you guys to take your time and what you do is awesome. Just awesome.
Yeah, well, we try, we work hard, and we think they deserve it. The kids deserve to be able to be seen, and if we can turn out kids in the community to better them, get them in college, and make them a better citizen, that's the key. And we are back here. Thanks for watching Main Street Sports. We just want to let you guys know a little bit about some of our sponsors here. Sponsors like my favorite guy over here, cuts my hair all the time, Chris Schweigert. He is back at the Venti Beauty Bar. Call for an appointment, 314-610-5523. Chris Schweigert over at the Venti Beauty Bar. Give him a call. They are back open. Also, Tara James over at Coldwell Banker Gundaker. Give her a call, 573-535-8038. You can be sold while sanitizing, so give Tara a call, 573-535-8038. Located in Festus at 502 South Truman Boulevard. Also, before we get to our next segment, we'll we'll let you know about our Roku channel. We have the ability to, right now, we are streaming live on our Roku channel along with 6 other outlets at this point. This is how you get a hold of it, videos.tkdssports.com. Log in there and sign up. It's $4.99 a month. Can't beat that for Jefferson County sports coverage and all of our shows that we have going on this summer. Obviously, since we don't have sports, we're turning to shows, and we're going to keep you guys informed throughout the summer. Also, we wanted to let you know also Friday, I've got we're going to be heading out to Hillsborough High School for Friday Night Lights. I know we covered Mark Moore earlier last Friday. This week, we're focusing on the band and choir, along with all the fine arts like drama and different departments like that. So we will have that in its entirety right here on Livestream STL at 8 p.m. this Friday night. Also, don't forget, next Tuesday, we'll have the Coach's Box. I just got given some information. We are going to be live from La Pachanga Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. That'll be the Coach's Box, so make sure you tune in at 6. Chris Miller, Jason Jarvis, myself, Matt Schutte, Riley Blair. We have a great time with the Coach's Box. And so we're going to open things back up here, and I'm going to open up the line here. Jeff Whitener, you're going to take it away here, and I forgot to mention Stuart McMillan. He's back again this week for another week of questioning, and this time we've got the seniors here. So guys, you go ahead and take it away, and I'm just going to sit back and push buttons.
Sounds good. Well, Stuart, why don't you go ahead and take it away for a while? And they're probably tired of hearing me talk.
That's quite all right. So we've already introduced all of our seniors here tonight. That we have one from 4 different teams around the Jefferson County area, and the questioning we have is pretty simple. We just want to know what they've been up to, what they've been doing, what they've been kind of just spending their time doing while we've been kind of shut down, or at least the world has been shut down. So I guess we'll start with Mark Moore from Hillsborough. So what did you most miss about during this time, as the whole world seems to have shut down because of the coronavirus? What is the thing you've missed the most?
I would just say seeing my friends every day. I like school a lot, and competing after school and baseball practice, and there's lots to miss, and the accessibility to the gyms and the fields, and I missed that. It's hard to get work in now.
Yeah, and Levi, do you kind of echo that a little bit?
Yeah, quite frankly, I just miss the normalcy of life, going to school every day, especially being a senior. Most of your classes are just hangouts with your best friends anyway, so getting to go to school and seeing your best friends every day is pretty nice. But now that I don't get to do that, it's kind of like I'm shut down. I'm in prison. So, but yeah, just missing the normalcy of it all.
And Jordan and Blake, either one of you felt like you've been sitting in a prison the past month?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been working most of the time, but other than that, I miss hanging out with all my friends and all that. But yeah, just echo off those two.
Same here. All echo. Just miss the sports.
Echo.
So hopefully here we'll start to break out a little bit of these prison cells.
Yeah, hopefully so. And starting this week, of course, things have been opening up a little bit more, and some normalcy has gotten back to normal. And I know the media, the national media, will say things like, we're going to have a new normal, and I think people are really just ready to get back to the old normal. But and I think we're all there for sure, guys. Wanted to ask also, during this time, have you found another outlet for your competitiveness during all this downtime? So has there been anything you've been doing to kind of get that competitive itch met? Maybe Blake, we'll start with you since we ended with you last time. What do you think?
Well, me and my family were all competitive, so we're in the backyard playing kickball and wiffle ball. Gotta win somehow.
Chalk another one up for wiffle ball. Awesome.
That's
right.
Hey,
That's
sir,
right.
maybe we need to get maybe the summer, later this summer, we can get all these guys together and have a big wiffle ball tournament.
I would love that. I have my official wiffle ball bat with me here tonight, so I'm sure you all have your favorite. Now I didn't name this one. I have named others, but I'm sure you all have your favorite yellow bat. You can swing at a white ball. So do you? Are you all allowed to play wiffle ball? I thought that was kind of taboo.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. So because
they don't want to say.
I know it's like I'm putting in it. I do feel like a detective a little bit right now. I feel like, what have you done in the night of the 15th? But with the, I don't know if it's just wiffle ball or kickball. Jordan, anything competitive you've been able to do during this downtime?
Definitely fish, and I don't know. Probably I take my brother to the field a couple times, and we hit off the tee and every once in a while. So that's cool.
A shout out to little brother.
So there you go. How about some? How about some fishing? What are you catching, or are you catching? I guess that's the other part.
Bass and catfish mostly.
Okay, nice. Well, string some up and bring them home, I guess. What about Levi Eversalt? What do you think? What have you been up to?
Like Jordan, I kind of have the advantage of having a sibling. So, we play 2K every now and then. Recently, I'm on a 3-game win streak. So, also, it will be the show if we play that. I have not lost yet this quarantine. And then we've been playing basketball. And considering that he has not worked out in the past 4 years since he's in college and he doesn't play sports anymore, it's pretty easy for me. I just move him out of the way and dunk on him if I want to. But yeah, I mean, just those friendly games we play together. And I've even got my dad going on the show in 2K and everything. And yeah, so far I've been the outright winner of all these little challenges. So it's pretty fun.
I wondered if anybody would bring that up. Video games.
Let me jump in right here because he's dunking literally and figuratively on his big brother Campbell Eversalt, who is a friend of the show. Campbell did some work for us play-by-play last summer as 253 made their magical run. So we can't be too harsh on Campbell on the show. Otherwise, we're going to give him airtime for rebuttal. So maybe we'll have him on the next show, Levi.
Okay.
Be my guest.
I love it. See, that's the competitiveness I was thinking about while you all were away from what you would normally be doing, playing baseball and things. I've taken just some foreign sports. Have you seen any of the Korean baseball? Mark Moore, have you seen any Korean baseball? Eversalt, have you seen anything? You guys can all answer that. Jump in.
I've seen some highlights. That's about it.
Yeah, I watched the game the other day. It's a lot like college baseball to me. You don't see a whole lot of 98, 99. It's mostly just high 80s and low 90s. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just watching highlights. I don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
So you guys aren't waking up at 4:30 in the morning to catch these games?
They're not going to bed until 4:30. What are you talking about?
They're playing whatever
2K,
baseball
right?
video game. Yeah, 2K. I'm stuck in 2003. I have All-Star Baseball 2003. That is my game. I don't know why I played that one, and I never went to another baseball game. So call me old-fashioned, but I still can play. Fred McGriff can be on a team. So that's what I love about that. So that's interesting. You've all found something to keep you busy, whether it's kickball or maybe even watching a little bit of Korean baseball. Mark Moore, has there been something a little bit more specifically you've been doing to kind of keep your competitiveness going?
My brother and I, he's 25. We play basketball every day. I mean, for about an hour at least. So that's what I'm just playing basketball outside. We played wiffle ball a few times. I'm mostly hanging out with him, competing.
that's one way to do it. Jeff, you want to take the next few?
Well, I just want to know, and I want to start with the guys that are going to continue on. And I don't know, and I apologize, Blake, I don't know what your plans are now as a senior. I'm more familiar with these other guys. Are you going to Jeffco next year, or where are you going?
Yeah, I'll be going to Jeffco.
That's what
I don't think
Are you playing any sports at all, or are you just working on your studies?
I think I'm just going to work on my studies. I don't know about baseball. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure.
Okay, for some reason, I'm thinking that maybe there's going to be some coaching in your future, either at the Little League or high school or Legion level, because there's a whole lot of Eisenbach coaches around the county. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'll ask this for the other guys, and I'll start with Jordan. What have you guys been doing to stay in shape for your hopefully fall college seasons?
Definitely been eating healthy, and then every morning I've been lifting, so that helps out a lot. So, yeah.
So, Mark, other than that spirited basketball game with your brother every day, are you doing anything else to stay in shape?
Yeah, we work out together every day, and I do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups. It's kind of hard to get a good lift in with not being able to go to school, so it's mostly body weight stuff for me. I mean, we try to work out every day together. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. What about you, Levi? Are you able to do any throwing at all in addition to working out?
Yeah, I have a concrete wall so I can get my weighted balls in. But since the economy's opened back up, I've been able to go to the gym past couple of days and finally get to lifting. So I'm just a little bit sore, but I'm starting to get back there. But yeah, other than that, just throwing. I try to get my brother out of the house to throw with him. I've gotten Braden Harmon out there with me. He's hit with me a couple times, and some of the JV catchers have agreed to catch some bullpens for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to do the little things right now and try to stay in shape. You know, body's a delicate thing. You know, too much and you can hurt yourself, too little and you're out of shape. So just finding that balance.
Well, as a follow-up on these questions, and I want to start with Mark because he's going to be playing 2 sports in college. Have you been in contact with your coaches since the shutdown at the collegiate level as far as what they want you to try to be able to do at home as far as, working out?
Yeah, they're going to send me stuff starting in June. That's when the active period starts, so that's when they're allowed to send me stuff. But they've been in contact with me. We talk 2 or 3 times a week. But he's not allowed to give me any workouts until June. Gotcha.
Of course, Mark Moore heading to Webster University. Levi will be going to William Jewell College. Levi, have you been in constant contact with the coaches over there?
Yeah. So just yesterday, my pitching coach contacted me saying that he's going to kind of send out like a survey type deal, try to get an idea of what all of his recruits are doing in this time. And then he's going to formulate a plan for all those kids. But other than that, not really much. Of course, there's that thing where they can't really do much with us right now because of the NCAA. But yeah. But a couple of weeks ago, I had about an hour-long talk with one of my other coaches just about, how I'm staying in shape, the mental side of the game, especially baseball, what I think I can bring to the team, my goals for the next couple of years. But yeah, I mean, I've been in contact with them and, it's got me excited to go to that next level.
Excellent. Hopefully, just being able to talk to those guys hopefully gives you guys something to look forward to. And it's got to be torture for Jordan because Jordan's going to be attending Jefferson College to play baseball next year. And he's so close. He's so close to the facility, but he can't get there. Have you been talking to the staff over there, Jordan?
Not really. I mean, every once in a while I do, but not really because everything's been shut down. So I was just trying to stay in shape myself. So that's about it.
Now I have to ask you this, Jordan, because I don't know how you're projected out at college. Will you be playing infield and hitting only, or will you be pitching as well?
In the fall, I think they're going to give me the option or try me at both. And then springtime comes around, see how it goes. But I think it's mainly going to be infield.
Okay. And Levi, what about you as far as William Jewell? Are they interested in your? I mean, I know from last summer, and I know from talking to Coach Coonley that your hitting has really gone through the roof here in the last year. Is William Jewell aware of that, or they just want you to be a PO?
So they've recruited me primarily as a pitcher, but they say if I come in, I'm hitting the cover off the ball. If I really work at it, then they're open to letting me play two ways. But right now, I'm just a PO.
Well, let's hope that both you and Jordan get some at bats in the field too, and I think that will benefit both your teams as well, because you guys were quite the punch for 253 this last summer, and I know that you've been working hard, Jordan, and I'm sorry, Levi, you're a very high level right now with the bat. But guys, just a general question, and I want to start with Blake. What are you going to miss most about high school sports, just in general?
Well, the bonds you make with your teammates, it's nothing compares to that. But also playing the game. Like, if I don't play in college, there's just no playing baseball every game unless we get a softball league going. And just going to miss playing sports in general and the teammates.
What about you, Jordan? Same kind of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but also the atmosphere of everything. Herky felt like home for me, so it's going to be different at the college level.
And Mark, you're the bigger school guy here. The four. What are you going to miss most about your high school career?
I was blessed with four great coaches in all the sports I played. So I mean, just to learn from them every day, and all my teammates were great. I mean, everybody worked really hard. So hopefully, I get people like that at the college level as well. So I'll miss the coaches definitely, and everything they've done for me.
It's a good answer, and that will lead right into my next question. But first, I want to ask Levi about what he will miss most about high school sports, and why is it that he'll miss his PA announcer more than anything else?
So for me, most of my friends at school don't play much summer sports at all. They always just play school sports. So, being around them, it's a completely different atmosphere. So it's kind of nice having that different group of friends other than the summer group, But, yeah, I'm certainly going to miss my PA announcer. He plays the best music in Jefferson County whenever I'm walking out to the mound or whenever I'm warming up for basketball. So, yeah, I think I kind of lucked out on that front.
Although I do want to give a shout-out to Tim Arnold over at Hillsborough. He's awfully darn good as well. So, Stuart, you want to take us through number 6? That kind of fits nicely with what Mark Moore was talking about, and shouting out and appreciating his coaches.
Yeah. Let's kind of dovetail off of that a little bit and kind of expound on that a little bit. We'll go through the guys here. So not only coaches, but Teacher Appreciation Day was just this past Tuesday. So we're wanting you to name some of your favorite teachers in high school and how they influenced you. And we're prefacing this question with coaches do not count. So don't think about throwing them in there. So teachers, favorite teachers. Let's start with Blake.
All right. Well, we had a PE teacher, Miss Helwig, Laura Helwig. She was the person that made me as competitive as I am today. All of our gym classes, all of the sports and things we played in that class, she made it competitive. And also Coach Fox, he's also a teacher, so he's kind of both ways. But he opened up the weight room and be able to make some gains. It's just what you need for high school athletics.
Well, that's cheating a little bit, both coach and teacher, but we'll take it. That's okay. Hey, Jordan, how about you?
I'm going to have to go. I had a language arts teacher my freshman year, and her name was Lindsay Fitzgibbons, and she's helped me tremendously all the way through high school. Like, she was one of those teachers that I could go talk to when I needed someone or something like that. And then also down in middle school, I had a teacher, Daniel LaPlante, and she was the same way. I could go talk to her, and she'd help me through situations or if I needed anything.
Yeah, it's really important to have somebody that can help you through those stages. Levi, how about you? Someone that influenced you, a teacher.
I'd like to shout out my junior year biology teacher, Mr. Darren Schaefer. He taught the most fun science class that I'd ever been in. And some could say that all my best friends were in there, so that's why it was so fun. But I truly believe that he was the reason that it was actually that fun. And then I would also like to shout out Coach Rugley, because he was not actually my coach. He was the football coach, and I never played football. He gave me the opportunity to be the best weight room DJ in history.
Nice. We'll take it. It counts. All right, Mark, how about you?
Well, when you play 4 sports, your coaching staff takes up about half the faculty at the school, so it's kind of hard for me. Mrs. Brittany Imes, she's my college algebra teacher. She was awesome. She helped me out. Her sister, Mrs. Katie Lauderwasser, she's great as well. I'd like to shout out my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Rachel Carroll. She turned my life around. I was a little too competitive when I was younger, and it got me in some trouble. And she really helped me turn around. And my intermediate principal, Mr. Scott Reed, now are helping me out as well. So I'd like to shout them two out.
Yeah, it's something about 5th grade. It was influential to all of us. I think we all kind of had that common thread, because I was thinking about that very same thing. A 5th grade teacher was very influential in my life and pushing me in certain areas and writing and things of that nature. So, well, thank you, gentlemen. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back on Main Street Sports. We're talking with Mark, Levi, Jordan, and Blake, and seniors at different high schools throughout Jefferson County here on Main Street Sports on Livestream STL.
Yeah, Rand, I'll say real quick, I really admire what you guys do with this. I think everybody who's ever tuned into one of these, whether it's a Legion game, whether it's a high school baseball game, with basketball, football, whatever it is, I've heard nothing but tremendous feedback about Livestream STL and what you guys do and the quality of production, things like that. I would really encourage anybody who's involved in athletics throughout the county, or really anywhere in the metro area, anybody who's interested in sponsoring activities to get on board and get involved with this. I think it's added a ton to what we do here. It's added a ton to the program. You guys are a class act, and you're committed to doing things the right way, and we really appreciate that.
We are back here on Main Street Sports. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to check out this Friday. We will be over at Hillsborough High School for Friday Night Lights. That'll be at 8 o'clock. We'll have that in its entirety on Livestream STL. Don't forget that. Also, Tuesday, let me get to it here. Tuesday, get the Coach's Box live from La Pachanga Restaurant in Herculaneum. Chris Miller, Jason Jarvis, myself, Matt Schutte, and Riley Blair will be in attendance for the Coach's Box. That will be 6 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. And we're going to have on Kevin Holly this week from St. Pius High School, girls softball coach and the IT director over there at St. Pius High School. So make sure you tune in at 6 o'clock. He's always great to talk to, and just a great person to chat with. And don't forget also for our Roku channel. If you're interested in our Roku channel, this is so cool about our Roku channel. $4.99 a month. And I'll even let Jeff Whitener here. I'm going to open up the channel here. Jeff, tell us a little bit about the Roku channel right now.
Well, I can tell you that I've got you. Obviously, my camera is facing me, as is my laptop, and I'm looking over right now on my TV, and I've got it streaming on Roku right now. And the major difference that you get from Roku is, number one, you don't have to cast it to your big screen TV because it's already the Roku is already hooked up there, so there's no problem at all there. But I can tell you, and I'm looking at all three right now, the picture quality on the Roku channel is tremendous compared to all the other forms that we have here. And for me alone, that is well worth $4.99 a month.
Right, there you go. So you can get the Roku channel by logging into videos.tkdssports.com. That's $4.99 a month. And right now we're planning on having that especially set up for football here when we roll into football. And we'll have that in its entirety. And the other cool thing about that is when we break in with a live feed, like right now, what we're doing, it goes to that Roku immediately as well. So you're catching live TV in its entirety with maybe like a 7 to 10 second delay. So not too shabby for the Roku channel. Before we go into our last segment here, we want to tell you about the Venti Beauty Bar and Chris Schweigert. He's back. Give him a call for an appointment, 314-610-5523. Chris Schweigert over at the Venti Beauty Bar. Give him a call because he is back in business, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks that want to get their hair cut right now, and that would be good for you to jump over there at the Venti Beauty Bar. Also, Tara James over at Coldwell Banker Gundaker. You can still be sold while sanitizing. Give Tara James a call at 573-535-8038, located in 502 South Truman in Festus, Missouri. Give a call, 573-535-8038. And we move into our third segment here. We've had a good show so far, and looks like our internet's getting a little bit better here, so we're happy about that. But Jeff, take it away, and let's start this third segment here.
Well, gentlemen, our next question is one that you'll probably have to think on a little bit. Because you're all multi-sport athletes, and of course, Mark is a multi-sport athlete, but classic overachiever over there, Mark. But let me ask you this, gentlemen, and we'll start with Mark. Either your favorite memories or your greatest memories of playing sports, Mark, for Hillsborough High School.
I guess I'll do one per sport if that's okay with you guys.
That's great.
For football, against DeSoto in our conference championship, I kicked a field goal that put us up by, I think, 8. So that was pretty awesome. Not that many great memories for football. I didn't do it for too long. It wasn't really my thing. Soccer, we made it all the way to a quarterfinal matchup. I had a big assist in the sectional game. Colt Leonard put one in the back of the net for us. I ended up scoring in that quarterfinal game. Those are all great moments. Basketball, my junior year, playing with all those guys, Michael Brewer, Gavin Pinkley, Ben Lankins, Isaiah Martin, the list goes on. Winning that district championship junior year really meant a lot to me. Had a good game. For baseball, we won districts my junior year as well. I dropped a fly ball in the district championship. That was a pretty funny moment. Good thing we ended up winning. Coach Lucas probably text me right after this. He'll say it's not funny, but it's pretty funny, I think. So, many memories throughout my time at Hillsborough, definitely. A lot of success, a lot of great coaches, a lot of great teammates.
Well, those are some great memories, and a lot of those memories I remember because I've gotten to witness those myself there and witnessed you playing. And same for all you guys. But Blake, what about you in your career? What are some of the favorite memories or greatest moments of your high school career?
I'm going to do one for each sport like Mark did. Football, you know how we're doing not very well at football in Crystal. But that win against Grandview my junior year was pretty ecstatic. When we haven't won a game in 2 years, it was pretty ecstatic. And baseball, my junior year last year, I pitched winning our first district game in 3 years. I pitched that game and I let up 2 runs and with 8 strikeouts. It was pretty nice. And then for basketball, I'm going to have to say this year going to the district championship was pretty cool. I haven't done that in a while either. It was pretty cool to get into that atmosphere against Brentwood. It's a pretty good game.
That's fantastic. You definitely have some memories there. Coming from the smallest of these 4 schools, you've definitely been up. You're always up again. It's always a David versus Goliath situation, but I'm glad that you were able to find some really good positive memories there, Blake. Levi, big man in the middle for basketball, and also big man on the mound for the Blue Jays. You can do the multi sports like these guys if you want.
Yeah, I think for basketball, obviously, it's going to be the district championship against St. Pius. Big conference and district rival. I can't tell you how many times things have gotten chippy with them in any sport that I've played. But I think that was my favorite moment from my basketball career. And then for baseball, one that I don't really talk about that much is my freshman year playing Herky, getting to throw 5 shutout innings against them as a freshman. And that was a team with both Jordan Duncan and Austin Beard. So, that was pretty fun. And just being a freshman, getting all those seniors clapping you on the back saying, great job, I'll never forget that at all.
Well, that's a pretty cool moment. I remember that. Jordanette was probably not make your list of the greatest moments or funnest moments, but I'm sure you have some, and you can even throw some football ones in there if you want, Jordan.
All right. Well, on football, it was like a 80 or 85 yard touchdown to Blake Leathers against Crystal, and then basketball. I don't know. There's 2 there. It was probably beat 4-game night against R7 my freshman year, and then or my 1,000 points this year. And then baseball. I think it's gonna be the first district game or the second district game against R7, where we beat them, and I threw a complete game and broke the record for strikeouts in the season.
I like how
there's a lot of shade on that. A lot of shade.
I'm thinking you're right, Blake. That was definitely between the 2 Legion teammates there, going back and forth with one another. Hey, Stu, would you like to take us through 9 and 10, the sort of the philosophical questions? You're a philosophical type of guy.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. It's a humble introduction. Thank you so much. Sure. Let's dive through it. So, we're gonna jump into the future here. We're gonna look into the crystal ball. So, what will you tell future generations about living through this time? It's unprecedented. There's all these different terms people are using. Mark Moore, what do you think?
I mean, it's definitely different. I ended up working a lot more at the hospital over in Crystal City at Mercy. That's what I did. I like to spend time outside. I started reading a lot more. I mean, definitely personal growth time for me. That's all I did is just try to learn as much as I can, take advantage of the time slowing down.
I think that's pretty wise. Levi, how about you? What are you going to tell future generations?
At the beginning of all this, it was just a little bit scary because you don't know what's going to happen at all. It could change at any time. But there's a moment when all that fear kind of turns into boredom because you're stuck inside the entire time. I think just finding ways to occupy my time was the way I got through all of this. And I think the favorite possession that I have right now is a pair of headphones. So.
That's good. Yeah. Got to be able to hear something. Jordan, what about future generations? When they ask you, what happened when you were living through that time? It's an interesting timeline, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably just tell them, don't take time for granted because, or don't take things for granted because, you look at now and I didn't know I was going to play my last game at Herky or for baseball or anything like that. So, yeah, just don't take time for granted.
Wise words. Blake, what do you think?
I'm going to echo off Jordan and say, yeah, just don't take time for granted. You never know when it's going to be your last. It's just not how people want to go out. But my new best friend during this quarantine is video games that I haven't played in a long time. So I just decided to pick them up and play it one time.
There you go. I think we all did a little bit of that. At least us video game people. That's for sure. We picked a couple of games up that we haven't played before, dusted off the old games. Well, you've been doing all those other things like, practicing every day and all that other stuff. There's no time for video games when doing all those things, right? As a rhetorical question. So that's very, very good answers, guys. I'm very impressed by everybody and their responses to that. I think that's really really great of you all to be able to find different things that you would be able to share with even the future generations, future kids, and whatever that would be asking you about those things. So, what would you like to say to young people watching who want to follow in your footsteps? What would you say to them today? And let's just go right back at the top of the list as we start with Mark Moore in the last question. Let's go ahead and do that again. Mark, what do you think?
I just tell them to try to learn as much as possible from all the great people that you have around you. Coach K from Duke always talks about what you have internally and what you have externally. So like what you have inside you, your hard work, but also what you have around you, like your teammates, your great coaches, your parents, your family. I mean, just take advantage of everything you have around you. One day it's going to be gone. You're going to miss it.
Levi, what would you say to those young people watching, those kids out there who want to follow in your footsteps or footsteps that are similar? What would you say to them?
I think I'd tell them that there's always something that you can do to help out your team. I've experienced many bad games myself, and especially playing basketball, I wasn't exactly a scoring threat. So, finding ways to help out my team, rebounding, all that stuff. And then especially in baseball, sometimes just being a good teammate in baseball can make all the difference in the world, whether it's chasing down foul balls, picking up your teammates, because it's such a mental sport, making them feel like they can do it, it just helps out so much. So I think just, finding things to do to help out your team is a very big component of being successful.
Yeah, I think so too. And before we pass that question on to Jordan, I just want to, kind of put this in your all's mind that the kids really are watching. They are watching you as seniors, and the younger people. I remember seniors from when I was in junior high that influenced me in sports. And so to say that, nobody's really watching, they're not paying attention, you're lying to yourself, because they really are. They're paying attention to everything you do. Jordan, what do you think? What would you say to those watching right now, those kids that want to follow in your footsteps?
Definitely just believe in yourself and always give like 110% on the field, whether it's in practice or on the game, because you really don't know who's watching. And also just watch as many baseball games as you can, because you can take knowledge from just watching. So that's all I got.
And Blake, what do you think?
I'm going to say you're going to have to talk to the younger generation instead of when you build them up. You're when you're playing with freshmen as a senior, you're going to need to build a friendship with them, and everybody should know that they look up to you. So once you build a relationship with them, you can always back them up. You can talk them up. You can just make them feel better about themselves, and they'll just grow up and be a better ball player.
That's good. Well, guys, I'm really impressed with your outlook on things, and what your future endeavors. I know you all will succeed very well in what you do. Obviously, you've shown that just in our discussions here tonight. Jeff, did you have anything else we wanted to throw at these guys?
Well, no, I just wanted to follow up on what Blake said there, and it was what Blake's point was illustrated perfectly by Levi when we talked about his memory as a freshman, and how the rest of the team treated him and lifted him up, and at that moment obviously made him feel like he belonged with them, and I think that's a big thing. And I know Jordan's got a little brother Tanner at home that looks up to him like crazy, and he wants to be just like his big brother someday, and we've all experienced that. So it's really cool. I go to games and I see the way that these little kids look at you guys, and I think when I was your age, I didn't really realize it, but you guys have a much better grasp on things than I did. All four of you are much smarter than I was at your age. So I think Stuart, I think future generations are in pretty good hands. What do you think?
I would have to say so. Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I think Ray needs to jump in. Ray, didn't you have a question you wanted to toss at the guys?
I did have a question. I'm going to try to get Blake back on here. Here he comes. My question is, I know some of you guys have played against each other, and we're gonna poke a little fun at each other here for this. Maybe name something that you, maybe a memorable moment about one of the other guests tonight, and we're going to start with Blake Eisenby since he's already got his microphone up. So Blake, tell us, and we're going to try to keep him up there. Tell us maybe something about a memorable moment about one of the other guests on today. Oh, is he going to get there? Here he is.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, me and Jordan have known each other a long time, and baseball games against Jordan will never be the same. It's like playing with your best friend out there, but it's like always joking around. When he's on second, we're talking shortstop. When I'm on second, we're talking at shortstop. Just a lot of fun playing against Jordan Duncan.
That's awesome. Well, since we're talking about Jordan, how about going to Jordan? One of the other guests here. Memorable moment.
I'm gonna have to say with Levi when we were playing. I think it was on the Legion Juniors team, and we were down. Oh, I can't remember where it was, but we were playing Sullivan, and we were down the whole game, and then he hits one over left center, and then it just put us right back up on the game, and we ended up winning that game. So that's a pretty cool moment.
Very nice. And Mr. Eversalt, we'll just jump right to you there. Levi, a memorable moment about one of the guests here?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go right back at Jordan. So we were on the road together quite a bit this past summer, and one of the things that stuck out to me about Jordan was the way that he packs snacks when we're on the road. You know, most kids buy like gummy bears and chips and all that, but he buys like bread, milk, turkey, and all that stuff so he can make himself room sandwiches.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one thing that stuck out to me about being on the road with Jordan.
Great moment.
Very impressive.
Very impressive there. Mark Moore, final one here, and maybe one of the guys here. Go ahead.
Speaking of Levi, I mean, anytime you watch him play, I think he's an ultimate teammate. I really don't know Levi that well, but you watch him play baseball or basketball, I mean, he's just always doing what needs to be done, and he's always talking people up. So I really admire that out of Levi. I don't really know Blake that well, but I know he works hard, and that's always something that's great. Jordan Duncan, I was talking about junior high earlier. We played him in 8th grade, and you know, when you're 13 years old and you go to a big school like Hillsboro, you're like, oh, we're playing Herky. That's easy. We beat Herky anytime we want. And I think Jordan scored 28 points against us in 8th grade.
Wow.
And that's just unheard of in 8th grade. I won't name who he was scoring it on, but it wasn't me. I'll tell you that.
He's not throwing anybody under the bus there for that, right? I got it. I understand. Well, hey, guys, thank you so much for being on. And let me tell you, just from us, this is a straight-up invitation from here on out. You guys are invited to come by the Livestream STL plate, wherever we're set up at, our booth, whether we're out at a baseball game under the tent. Come on by, say hi. We'll have you on for a half inning just to catch up with you. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are alumni for Livestream STL here, because we've covered all four of you guys. And you know, it's just been a real pleasure to cover you guys. And I know, you know, we weren't able to finish like we'd like here for 2020, but having you guys on here, we just hope that this is just something that's been kind of cool to be a part of. And again, that invitation's always open. Come on by, stop by, say hi to us at the booth, and we'll definitely have you on and catch up for a few minutes. And hope to see you guys. And hey, you know, stay in touch with us also, because you know, from time to time we've been trying to do Where Are They Now segments, and it'll be good to catch up with all four of you guys maybe next year and see where you guys are at. So again, appreciate you guys being on. And Jeff, Stuart, anything you guys got at the end here?
I just want to say I'm going to miss watching all four of you guys play so much. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Hopefully, I hope to see Jordan play at Jeffco, obviously, over there. I'm hoping I might be able to see, Mark or Levi. But Blake, don't be a stranger when, over at Jeffco when we have the games over there. Come on by, man.
Yeah, right on.
We'll chat it up because going to the Jeffco games is a lot of fun, whether it's volleyball, basketball, whatever, baseball. So don't be a stranger, my man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again so much, guys, for being on, and we appreciate everybody watching tonight. And we're gonna shoot out of here. Don't forget Tuesday. Well, before I say Tuesday, I'll say don't forget Friday. Friday night we will be out at Hillsborough High School for Friday Night Lights. We'll be covering and highlighting our fine arts department over at Hillsborough. So make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock. Also, don't forget Tuesday we'll be over at La Pachanga for the Coach's Box. Call like we see it. Mr. Miller, Coach Jarvis, myself, Mr. Schutte, Coach Blair will be all over there, and that'll be at 6 o'clock. And if you're interested in sponsoring with us, we are looking for sponsorship this summer. We're going to be running a handful of shows here until we can start covering sports again. But these shows have been really great, and we love being able to cover the community, cover all the kids of the county and things like that. So if you're interested in sponsoring, give us a call, 314-852-4398, or live stream stl@outlook.com. Sponsor with us. We'd really appreciate that. That'll help us get through the summer and be able to springboard ourselves into the fall season. For Ray Halbrook and all of us here at Live Stream STL, we're going to say so long. Have a great night. We'll see you Friday night out at Hillsborough High School.